He had a secret relationship while he was still married to Remy Ma. He was meeting a woman who explained that she was not the one who ended their marriage and shared details about it online. It was not about her wanting him while he was still married, nor was it about being a good friend to women, she added. Do not look at me like I walked in and broke a happy home. Their relationship was already over before I came. That was their personal matter, and they just never told people about it. Remy had already moved on with her little boy toy, whatever he was, and she was out in public with him, showing off their relationship to everyone, despite Frank's claims that they had been together for years. The truth was clear, even though it was a private matter. Papoose was a good man, and I wish I had someone like him. Remy has fulfilled her decisions, though, and he has now moved on and is dating his new girlfriend. He waited for her and remained by her side when she was incarcerated, but she disregarded it, and now she's trying to pretend that. When Remy disclosed that boxing champion Claressa Shields was the victim of a coup, the entertainment industry erupted into a frenzy. Kirk Bro intervened, prepared to bring everything into balance, just when it appeared that things could not get any stranger. Let's face it, this was a complete catastrophe. Even though I don't typically care for drama, I would want to know the exact expense of seeing a real fight if the ring were my battlefield. Kirk defended those, saying he treated things with respect and tolerance, but he also criticized Remy for acting naive and playing games with other rappers. He reminded everyone that he had previously had a face-to-face conversation with her about the problems in Remy and Papa's marriage last year when they started talking about them. Since she was the one who started it all, Kirk made it plain that Remy would not play the victim, and he didn't hold back, I assure you. He wasn't going to let anyone forget that he was innocent. Everyone understood that Remy had been living her life for some time, so it wasn't about taking sides. Even after Wilder's claims arose, the actual mayhem didn't start until months later, but people were stunned when rumors of Choice's death started to circulate. The internet was rife with drama currently, but Papoose handled everything with respect and stayed silent. But the instant he eventually Papoose starting a new chapter with another woman and child without making her presence known was something Remy wasn't ready to witness. The accusations were heightened when she was spotted hanging out with underground battle rapper Easy the Block Captain a few weeks later. Remy went further a few days after everything went viral by releasing what she said was evidence of Papoose's secret affair with boxing star Claressa Shields, including private chats and documents. By accusing Papoose of lurking around and conversing with Claressa late at night while they were still residing in the same home, Remy made everything public. More drama occurred when Remy confronted Claressa and called her out, which made the situation worse. But this time, Remy started a quarrel with someone who wasn't going to remain silent, and Claressa didn't think twice about it. The internet went wild after her reaction, which seemed like a knockout punch. People started to question how Remy, who was believed to have numerous partners, could be so outraged about. Papoose only had one woman, but Remy wasn't done, so social media made things a total mess. She transferred the dispute from Instagram to Twitter, where she made angry and forceful statements that heightened the tension. When Claressa tweeted about a 45-year-old lady acting in this way, it was stunning that she didn't hold back. You are only making yourself appear dumb, and I'm not someone you can bully because you are resentful. I'm not 45 yet, but you are 29, and honey, you are not aging like fine wine, was Remy's first response. Kirk Bruce hurried into the discussion as tensions reached a boiling point, prepared to act as a protective big brother and defend Papoose. He criticized Remy for playing the victim when, in fact, she had been acting dangerously behind the scenes and commended Papoose for maintaining her composure. Kirk didn't mince words and called Remy outright poisonous. Your boyfriend should buy you some flowers and gifts so you can keep up with the shade, taking a direct shot at Claressa's personal life. Reminded everyone that the drama only got worse from there, since the supposed perfect marriage had already fallen apart long before the rumor started. Remy's personal ties, especially her alleged affair with Easy the Block Captain, were the subject of circulating rumors. The startling thing was that he had been spending time with Papoose in spite of everything. Remy persisted in making audacious assertions and entangling Claressa in the drama, but the most shocking moment occurred when Remy lost all control and tried everything she could to expose Papoose after he formally moved on. Anything she could discover to bolster her accusations, including private conversations, messages, and phone calls, was shared. Claressa wasn't one to back down, and while social media arguments raged, she clapped back, pointing out hypocrisy and putting an end to the charges with sharp comebacks. She even accused Papoose of sneaking around while still living with Claressa. The conflict had gotten so out of hand that everyone was shocked. Everyone was glued to their screens, anticipating what would happen next. As the internet went crazy once more, everyone was on edge due to the drama, and tensions continued to rise. Claressa's quiet breakup descended into a full-scale conflict when someone replied, "If you know who you are dating and what is happening in your personal life, why are you starting problems with rappers? I do not even know what you are talking about. Honestly, stop making yourself look foolish by sending me this tweet." Remy wasn't going to take it lying down, so she immediately lashed back, mocking Claressa's age. Claressa Shields' fire and flatback were fictitious messages that indicated, "You cannot manipulate me just because you are upset and bitter. I'm not 45 yet, honey, but you're 29, and you're not exactly aging like fine wine," she said. The drama broke up again after months of quiet, and this time it was explosive. But the biggest surprise was when Papoose, who had been working quietly by himself. When Papoose finally had enough, he took to social media to make a major statement. He stated, "Stop calling me a narcissist and acting like you are the victim. You cheated repeatedly, and now that I have moved on, you are trying to change the story to get attention on social media instead of dealing with this like an adult." He further stated, "I told everyone that Remy and I were done, and that she is out here playing with a kid, not a grown man. This person works for her, and he is almost 45. He's just trying to break into rap. We were meant to create something genuine, but she tossed it all away after one last shot, and now she's with someone who resembles her giant head and enormous hat." When Papu's remarks struck a deep chord, Kirk Bruce stepped in to reveal the hypocrisy involved. Kirk said that the internet would have destroyed a man if he had committed even half of the charges against him, but since it's a female, people are making excuses, and things appear to be getting worse. Scrappy said that someone who was purportedly Remy's new man had surreptitiously recorded her discussions, but the most upsetting detail had not yet been made public. When questioned how he learned, he explained that the truth came out because the man had found me by placing a recording device in Remy's car. However, you could hear her conversing with me. If I need it, I have all the evidence, Scrappy continued. Noted that she had already been playing the victim a few months prior, and now she was repeating that behavior. She keeps getting away with it, but why? Kindly inform me if you require any modifications. Although it is painful to watch Papoose and Remy's relationship deteriorate, it is now clear that a divorce is unavoidable. Although both sides contributed, Remy has taken the brunt of the blame and handled the situation with tactful decency. However, Remy is powerless to stop the uproar because they have been posting details of their private lives on social media. World champion Claressa Shields knows that both partners must be fully dedicated for a relationship to be strong, but things have gotten out of control. Fans are also not holding back, with many berating Remy for harboring resentment and not letting Papoose move on in spite of everything she did to him. But Remy lost it when he finally decided to move on. She refused to let him begin a new life with a different lady and child until she had made sure the world heard her side of the story. Remy had been stirring things up on social media for days before the real pyrotechnics started, posting alleged receipts that allegedly showed Pooh's affair with boxing champion Claressa Shields. Not only did she leave hints, but she also made everything public, even their private correspondence. To ensure that everyone understood her point, Remy added some harsh words of her own. She even went so far as to say that Papoose had been talking to Claressa late at night while still living under her roof, calling it the ultimate betrayal. Remy had always maintained a powerful and commanding presence, but this time she chose to argue with the wrong person, and Claressa refused to back down. She retaliated forcefully, severing their relationship and proving that true love endures even under the most terrible conditions. Given the beginning of their journey, this entire breakdown is all the more tragic. In addition to being Remy's partner, Papoose was her pillar of support. He supported her during her incarceration and even proposed to. Because they believed they had the ideal love story, people praised her when she was released in 2014. Even as Remy's career took off after prison, their relationship seemed unshakable by the time they were married in 2016. Papoose never showed signs of fear or jealousy. Instead, he stood by her side the entire time, referring to her as his queen and rejoicing in her triumphs as though they were his own. Sticking together through every storm is the hallmark of true love. Something odd occurred at Remy's Chrome 23 event just when it appeared that things might get any stranger. The event quickly shifted from its original focus on battle rap to Remy Papoose and the turmoil in their relationship. During an Eagles game with Easy the Block Captain, Remy's relationship started when certain fans' body language raised eyebrows. Soon after, there were whispers of private meetings and personal moments. When allegations of a leaked recording started to circulate, the internet went into a frenzy, and the gossip got even more intense. The public revelation of the altercation was the tipping point. Social media exploded, footage flooded timelines, eyewitness testimonies emerged, and what was initially intended to be a celebration of Remy's Chrome 23 swiftly devolved into a full-scale scandal. Papoose. For many who believed they knew Papoose, it was clear that this was only the beginning as the fallout from their failed marriage had taken over. Didn't think twice about confronting them, and before anybody could respond, blows were exchanged. The commotion got so bad that individuals died, and security had to step in to bring order back. Caught in the middle, Remy looked scared and tried to defuse the situation, but it was too late. The damage was already done. What started off as a warrior fit for battle rap quickly turned into total mayhem, with rumors claiming that Papoose had. The last straw was a private exchange between Easy, the block captain, and Remy backstage. Witnesses recounted an absolutely chaotic scenario that left everyone in disbelief and uncertain about what would happen next. Papoose immediately confronted Ease, and the tension soon turned into a physical struggle as the confrontation swiftly intensified. Many visitors were originally unaware of what had even occurred, and by the time security interfered to break up the brawl, the damage had already been done. But once the news went viral, social media was flooded with first-person stories, videos, and fans analyzed every facet of the drama and took sides, as was to be anticipated. Despite her apparent engagement with a battle rapper, some believed Remy was playing the victim, while others pointed out that it's often hard for ex-lovers to see their previous partners go on. The battle was alarming not just because Remy was clearly angry and found it difficult to maintain control, but also because Papoose, who was usually cool under pressure, reached his breaking point. The basic fact that pride and ego had made a private situation into a highly public disaster rather than settling matters behind closed doors was at the core of this entire mess. Remy's choice to publicly discuss their private matters only served to increase the animosity. Since many believed the media was being forgiving of her in spite of the growing evidence against her, the fallout was now unavoidable, and each new development showed how shattered their once ideal relationship had become. The main question of the day is obvious when the discussion shifts to accepting responsibility in relationships. How can you leave a relationship when it becomes a struggle without sacrificing your dignity? Since this might easily turn into the largest celebrity scandal of the year at this point, the public's response to the situation clarifies it that it is far from done and that we will be here, observing every second and sharing every detail. But one thing is for sure, Remy's response to this circumstance is a good illustration of what not to do when a relationship ends. The once celebrated love story between Papoose and Remy Ma has now turned into a warning, demonstrating that even when couples fail in front of the world, their link appears to be unshakable. Given how swiftly this drama is developing, it is obvious that it is far from over. The media era is a whole different game. What started out as private rumors swiftly escalated into a media frenzy, dividing followers, generating celebrity commentary, and filling social media timelines with hypotheses, receipts, and contentious discussions. In the past, Papoose and Remy Ma were regarded as the ideal hip-hop duo. Everyone appreciated their love story, which was a narrative of courage, devotion, and dedication. Papoose waited for her to emerge from prison by standing by her side. Their bond deepened when she was set free. They showed their love to the world and had a beautiful wedding that made it seem like they had conquered all challenges. But behind the scenes, rifts were already starting to appear. Following Remy's release, their relationship took off at a level that nobody could have foreseen. They were the quintessential couple, frequently seen together at gatherings with their love evident. Papoose stood next to her, proudly displaying their union to the world and passionately protecting her. After waiting for her for years and never losing hope that they would triumph over life's challenges, their wedding was a dream come true for their followers. Their relationship began to deteriorate despite their outward shows of love. Personal conflicts, the demands of the entertainment industry, and ongoing media attention all had an impact. Over time, Papoose's and Remy's relationship deteriorated as a result of their personal struggles. After years apart, this was a lovely celebration of love. Their story was one of true love triumphing over all challenges, and others believed they had overcome them all. Remy had tremendous success as a result of her rise in the music business, but juggling her personal and professional lives wasn't always simple. Papoose, however, found it difficult to balance his goals with his part in their collaboration. They used to have such a strong and steadfast love, but now they were dealing with tensions neither of them had foreseen. It became clear that even the most successful couples had challenges of their own, even though everyone admired their bond. And Remy Ma were no exception. The challenges they faced serve as a reminder that love, no matter how strong, requires perseverance and constant work to endure. Unbroken,